Said, take a look at what happened.
Hello there. You're watching this special broadcast on One India. The news coming in that former President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been shot at. Prerna Shandilya, freelancer journalist from California, joins us. Prerna, what are the details that you are picking up from the ground?
Right, Pankaj, we're learning that former President Donald Trump has been shot at a convention in Pennsylvania. And this is what we're learning from the sources that it was a gunshot by somebody at the rally. We're not sure who the person was, but he was immediately shot by this Secret Services who was there to protect Trump, and he was taken away in a body bag. So that is what we're learning right now. We're not sure what the reasons were, but of course, we're looking at the reasons as to this might happen because of the elections coming in, and yeah.
Absolutely. But Prerna, correct me if I'm wrong. You have been there in United States for the last more than 2 years, if I may say so, and the country is going to polls, as you mentioned. What kind of uh, atmosphere do you find there in United States? Because this is very unlikely, possibly happening for the first time that a canvassing, campaigning former president has been shot at.
Right, Pankaj, this is very unconventional, but we're seeing the race has become really hot at this point, where we're not sure who the Democratic primary candidate might be, because as we know, the President Biden has
Mhm.
been receiving a lot of criticism for his cognitive issues. But at the other hand, if we see Donald Trump, who is the only primary candidate for the Republican Party, has been going very strong in these elections, and this is happening to him is very unconventional, right? You said, but it's not very uncommon in America right now, because with the gun rights and people having guns in their possession, it's very likely that anybody who is not happy with what Trump is doing, or who wants elections to be otherwise, or who might be supporting Democrats at this point, might be might have triggered this action. And like I said before, we're not sure what the reasons are, but this is what we're learning, that at this point, former President Trump is safe, and he has been taken away by the Secret Services. And hopefully, very soon, we'll get to know what the exact reasons were for this event.
One final question, Prerna. Uh, you mentioned it correctly. We have seen Donald Trump in support of the gun culture that is plaguing the United States as we speak. Uh, if you had to pick 100 people there on the street as we speak, what is the scenario? How popular is Donald Trump, or how unpopular, if I may ask you, he appears to be as of now?
If I tell you the ground pulse, I would say Donald Trump is gaining a lot of popularity lately, and it's not that it is his policies that people are supporting, but it is Democrats, or I would say Democratic candidate, which is President Biden, that they're not supporting at this point, because people are not sure because of his age. I think people have been really happy with his work in his past candidacy, but moving forward, people realize and people know that this position requires a lot of strength, especially cognitive, which clearly President Biden has been lacking. And we have seen incidences where this has come into light, and people have been noticing it. And in the last few weeks, I would say even media has been pointing this out, and people could clearly see that Trump is the only alternative at this point that they have. So I would say it is people voting against Biden and not for Trump, and that's the pulse right now. But elections can go anywhere, as we all know. This is United States general elections, and people can can turn at any point. And but at this point, if you ask me, it's President Trump who is very popular among the public, and not Biden.
Right. Prerna, we have been picking up lots of details here. Even President Biden has issued a statement, and it looks like obviously cutting across all political lines. So this kind of activity must be condemned. Any possibility, because across the universe, we are all humans, any possibility that with this incident, Donald Trump's popularity, the sympathy, if I may say so, would go up?
Definitely, Pankaj. I think this would grant former President Trump a lot of sympathy votes because this is something that's not conventional and this is something that should not happen to anyone. I think people have the right to speech, especially in a free country like America. I think he should be able to say what he want, especially at a convention when he is one of the candidates for a ruling party. Democrats have their own right to speech, and so does Republicans. So I think this would definitely grant former President Trump a lot of sympathy votes, where it could be seen as a curb towards his right, where he was stopped from saying, or he was stopped during a speech where he was making some good points about his services or about his policies that he would bring if he becomes the president. So it's not just President Biden, but I think a lot of Republican politicians like Vivek Ramaswamy, like the speaker, have come out and supported Trump at this point and said that it is Almighty that saved Trump, and it is his sacrifice that would bring him to power in the November 2024 elections.
Shandilya, thank you so much for joining One India all the way from California. So there we have it, the details from the ground. Prerna Shandilya, freelance journalist, sharing us all with all the details, what has transpired. We will bring you the further details on this at this place, oneindia.com.
Don't miss out. Follow One India for real-time updates.